Well, welcome to all who have joined tonight's program. And we are currently at day 6 of the 21-day series. And a big congratulations to those who attended from the start, either on Zoom or YouTube. We hope that you have begun to feel the subtle changes within, whether it's experiencing vibrations on your hands or in your head or in your body. And at the very least, we hope that you have felt the peace inside and experienced even a glimpse of thoughtless awareness, where we cross over into the realm of joy, free from thoughts, worries, and fears. So my name's Angela, and I'll be your presenter tonight. And thanks, Sean, for being the techie, amazing techie. And we hope that you've been enjoying your journey so far. And to those who have joined us for the first time, we welcome you fully from our hearts. And we hope that you can experience the blessings of Sahaja Yoga, where we move subtly towards our spirit. So if we can put on the week 1, day 6 slide for us. So tonight's program will be on the elements and how they relate to our meditation, how we can use them to clear ourselves and become more connected to nature and effortlessly achieve thoughtless awareness, or the state of true meditation. So yesterday, I think you would have, somebody would have mentioned to bring a foot soak bucket today. So we'll be using the foot soaking technique to help us clear. If we can have the foot soak slide. So if you haven't already, we need a dishpan or a bucket that's from the laundry, just filled with, it says lukewarm water, but cool water is good if you're feeling a bit anxious or a bit overactive today. If you're feeling a little bit lethargic, then warm water is fine. We need a handful of salt, a towel, a paper towel, or just an old towel that we're going to use just for foot soak, and just a rinsing bottle or a jug that we keep for that. And for the foot soaks, you can sit on a chair. That's fine. And yeah, when we're finished with our foot soak, the only thing that we suggest is that we don't throw it onto our veggies or out onto our favorite plants. So if we can just put the water into the toilet when we're done. But for now, we'll go through what we did in the last few sessions. So in the previous sessions, we introduced Sahaja Yoga, which is a state achieved rather than a name of a practice. And so with Sahaja Yoga, literally meaning union with the divine. So we also talked briefly about the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, who walked the earth for over 40 years. Shri Mataji gave this beautiful experience freely. And she gave people the opportunities to become their own masters through giving the experience of self-realization through the awakening of the Kundalini, which was received on day 1. So we also expanded on the silence that we achieved through self-realization, which is the initial experience needed to gain your connection to that all-pervading power of love that runs the entire universe. And we learned that this process requires a catalyst, like one candle lighting another, and that once achieved, you can pass this amazing gift on to others. So we also gained an understanding and experienced how our attention can move into the past, which is our left channel, which you can see on the screen in the blue, is the blue channel. And this is the channel of our emotions and desires and is more feminine in nature. And we also were shown about how we can think about the future, which is our right channel, the yellow channel, which is our actions, planning and thinking, and is more masculine in nature. And that to be in the present requires us to let go of our thoughts, which are only of the past or the future, and bring ourselves into balance in the central channel, our channel of evolution. And this is only possible when the Kundalini energy, which is the feminine universal power, is activated by our pure desire to connect to that all-pervading power of love, which rises up through our central nervous system, reaching her final destination through the fontanelle where this connection occurs. Last night, our innate qualities of the subtle centers or the chakras were explored, and how we can imbibe these qualities into our daily life. As a natural result of the experience of Sahaja Yoga through daily meditation practice. So these qualities that you can see as you can see the chakras. So each of the chakras have a quality attached to it. And these qualities are what we aspire towards in our human evolution. The qualities such as innocence and wisdom in the first chakra, coming from the Muladhara at the base of our spine. Creativity, attention, and the pure knowledge of the divine in our second chakra, called the Swadhisthana. Peace, satisfaction, and generosity comes from our third chakra, the Nabhi. And being our own master, which lies within our void, the large green area around our stomach. Becoming our own master is possible when we conquer the 6 enemies within, being lust, greed, materialism, attachments, jealousy, and pride. Or simply putting it, developing mastery over our senses and emotions. And you'll learn about all of these qualities in a separate session moving forward in the next week. So we also have compassion in the 4th chakra, which is also to do with balanced responsibility, not feeling over responsible or under responsible, and bravery, being fearless and standing up for the truth. And these are beautiful products of our 4th chakra that occur when our heart fully opens. Being collective and feeling that we belong to the rest of the world is another quality which manifests from our 5th chakra, the Vishuddhi, situated at the level of the throat. Forgiveness is something that we absolutely need to have. So if we want to get our self-realization, we can't hold on to anything. So we have to let it go. So we learn how to forgive here. And finally, at our 7th chakra on the top of our head, our fontanelle, is where all of those qualities integrate and we become an integrated human being who can move effortlessly, gracefully, and joyfully through life, inspiring those around us. This was Shri Mataji's vision of Sahaja Yoga. As she mentions many times, that we cannot manifest peace on the outside and in our minds. We have to become peace. Shri Mataji was an incredible spiritual personality, and she gave everyone who was fortunate enough to be in her presence her full attention and love, and you were immediately transported into this state of meditation that we're all looking for. Shri Mataji gave so many amazing tools to help us achieve this state when she was not physically with us. And the elements were one of these tools. So now, as mentioned, we'll learn the knowledge of how to use the elements to clear us and to bring us into balance. And here is a lovely visual of the elements on our chakras. Can we play the YouTube of the visual of the elements?
As I said, we are made of
Sorry.
5 elements. Right?
Sorry, Sean. Oh, that's okay. Maybe it didn't download. My apologies. So if we can go back to the element slide, that will be fine. Beautiful. So as you can see, the elements are an important part of our Sahaja Yoga journey. And as our knowledge grows, we get to know ourselves on a deeper level, where we understand what are our imbalances and our challenges and what are our strengths. So understanding the elements can help us to be able to manage our subtle state with more spontaneity while moving through our days. The elements can also have an extreme manifestation as well as a balance. For example, fire can be used to cook our food and keep us warm when in balance. However, when unattended, it can burn down our house and it can also go out and create smoke. So these are the two extremes of our left and right side that the fire element can manifest into. Likewise, the water element can cleanse us each night when we have a shower or when we clean our teeth. So who doesn't love a good swim in the ocean or a swim in the river? But in its extreme, water can have flooding and tsunamis, or in the other extreme, we can have drought. So as you can see, the elements definitely have a left and a right and a central aspect to us. So we also have the elements inside of us, and they manifest as the sparkle in our eyes, and our faces glow with radiance when we have that gentle fire inside of us, when we feel the love. And that's the subtle of the fire, which is light within the fire element. And often you can see in expecting mothers that they're glowing. We say, oh, you're glowing. And then we find out that they're going to have a baby. And so that love is that the glow is the manifestation of the love within us that comes from the fire element, where we feel all warm and fuzzy. So we also have the subtlety of air within us. And the air element helps the whole right side. And it also helps the fourth chakra, the heart chakra. And so it's really related to our breath. And we all know the benefits of breathing to help calm us down and to reduce anxiety. So when we take breaths through our nose, we instantly feel a bit calmer. So that's the air element helping to soothe us down and to calm our heartbeat down. So we have the fire within us that keeps our body temperature warm and at the right temperature to remain in equilibrium. It also burns the negativity away within us. Anything that's not effective and not helping us, any foreign matters that come into our body. For example, if we have a fever, then that's the part of our immune system that's burning away the viruses. So fevers can be good, but if they get too hot, of course, they're not so good. But we do need to experience fevers for the fever to, burn the virus away. So the fire element helps the whole left side, and particularly the Swadhisthana chakra, the second chakra on the left side. And we use the fire to assist in removing any heaviness coming from over emotions, where we feel frozen. And it's particularly helpful to clear our conditionings from the past so that we can be more spontaneous in our lives. And we'll delve more into the fire element during day 9, this coming Tuesday. So you can look forward to that. Candles are a really amazing part of our Sahaja Yoga journey, nearly as important as the foot soak, but not quite. The earth element is also within us and is expressed in our ability to have gravity in our personality, to be tolerant, patient, and nourishing. We become the givers of joy and the givers of security to those around us, and people are attracted to us like they are attracted to nature, which is nurturing, gives shelter and joy. The earth element assists in supporting the whole left side and the Muladhara, and in fact helps the whole subtle system. So we can often place, if we're out sitting on the earth, we can place both our hands on the Mother Earth and ask her to take away all that's disturbing us and affecting our peace. So sitting in the nature is very effective for our joy. And we also have the ether element to support our fifth chakra. And this helps us to feel the vibrations as either cool when we're in balance or warm when there are blockages. So when we feel vibrations on our hands, which hopefully many of you have started to feel, this is the ether element working through us. And we can see in the diagram that looking at the sky is a fantastic way to clear this chakra. Looking at the blue, endless sky is really a wonderful thing. And the song that we'll play at the end of our meditation after Shri Mataji's talk talks about the ocean, which is to do with the foot soak as well, which is the water element and the salt element. And that the ocean is looking and reflecting the sky, which is I guess, that witness that's watching over us. So when we look into that blue, it's really, really calming. So this is a lovely way to lay on that earth, absorb the earth element, and to clear the ether element also. So we have the water element within us, as we need water for all of the electrical messages to be able to be received from our brain to our body. So our movement and processing can work efficiently. The water element keeps us cool and gives us the softness in our skin. And it's a little bit like the radiator in the car. So if we don't have water in the car engine will blow up. So it's the same with us. We can have strokes, when people run and they get dehydrated, then they can pass out. So water is so super important to keep us in balance. And it's like the mildness in our temperament. When we're nice and cool, our temperament becomes mild as well. And it will be the tool we use tonight to help us achieve thoughtless awareness. So as we get through our day, which these days for many people can be stressful and way too busy, as we go out into the world, we meet different people and we attend different places and we interact with our environment and each other subtly. So we may encounter conflict or disturbing situations which can remain with us as we return home. And we may have just had a really busy day with all the pressures of work, life, families, and home. As the water element as we use the water element in the foot soak, it's like having a shower on the inside. And then we can go into our sleep with just sleep and not processing the day's events. And then our organs get a chance to rest and recover our energy. So foot soaks are something that most of the practitioners of Sahaja Yoga do every night without fail. It's like our 101 rescue. So without further ado, let's get started on our meditation using the water element. So first of all, we can give vibrations to the water in the bucket. And we can do this by first of all, we can place our attention above our head. So we can place our right hand with the center of the palm directly over the fontanelle. And for people coming for the first time tonight, you can do this. And we can do a little awakening of your Kundalini if you haven't already experienced that. And this is like a shortened version, but as effective. So here we can just close our eyes and we can just be really relaxed. And even if you haven't had a foot soak bucket ready and you're here for the first time, just be comfortable, either sit on the floor or on a chair or on your couch, wherever you feel comfortable. And just let's take some deep breaths in through our nose. And what we're going to do is stretch our fingers outright and press our hand down on our fontanelle so that we're moving the scalp and not just the hair. And then we're going to move the hand around clockwise. So to the front, to the right, to the back, to the left. And as we do this, we can just say, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Please give me my connection to that all-pervading power of love. Please let me experience mental stillness. Please give me my self-realization. And for those who have already received their self-realization, we can ask Mother Kundalini to please deepen our experience. So at any time, anywhere, any day, we can just pop our hand on our head if we're feeling a little bit out of balance, and say, Mother Kundalini, please deepen my connection to that all-pervading power of love that runs the whole universe. And then just bring your hand a little bit above your head and see if you can feel the vibrations above your head. When we do anything in Sahaja Yoga, we try and do the clearing and everything with our attention above our head, with our Kundalini activated. And then when we do our raising of our Kundalini, which we'll do in a minute, and when we do any of the clearings, the foot soaks and other ones that you'll learn soon, you'll do it in the present moment and it will be more effective. So we can bring our hands down now and we can raise our Kundalini like we've learned before. So for those who haven't done it before, we place our left hand just at the base of our spine and our right hand is going around like as if we're scooping up something very precious. And then our left hand is moving up our body and our right hand is moving with it. So let's do that one with our attention above our head. So we're going around 7 times, nice and slowly so we can feel the vibrations. And with our neck a little bit stretched back, once we get to the top, we just tie an etherical knot. And we're keeping the Kundalini that we've raised from the left channel here. Then we do it for the second channel. Again, 7 times, moving the hand around our body. And at the top, we do 2 knots, 1 and 2 for the second channel. And then again for our central channel. And 3 knots at the top. For any newcomers, not to worry, you can always go back and look at the earlier presentations. So now, even just doing that simple thing, let's see if we can feel our vibrations. You may feel some tingling on your hands, you may feel some warmth, or you just may feel a little bit more peaceful inside. So now we're going to take our right hand with our left hand open on our lap, and we're going to give vibrations to the water element. So we just go around 7 times with our attention above our head in thoughtless awareness until our hand feels a little bit cool. And this is placing our vibrations into the water as the water is coming from the tap, which is coming from the town water, which has chemicals in it and is also, we're not sure what's there. So we can purify our water by giving it vibrations, and then our Kundalini can direct it in a better way. So we can place our feet in the water now. And we can sit comfortably with our hands open on our lap. And we'll just take a little moment just to feel where our vibrations are. So we can bring our hands up to the level of our heart, and we can see if one hand is a bit heavier than the other. If we're not feeling vibrations, this is a good way to check. Often one hand will be a little bit lower, or one hand might feel a little bit warmer or cooler or a bit more tingly. So today we're just going to use the water element to cool our right sides down, because the water element is very effective. So what we'll do is we're just going to put our left hand towards the sky with our palm facing towards us. Our right hand open on our lap. We can close our eyes. And here we can just do the general right-sided clearing. Mother Kundalini, please clear all the excess heat, any negativity from the day into the water element. Please cool down our right sides. our sides of overactivity, our side of planning and thinking and action, from any extreme activities in that side that we've done today. Please bring us into the central channel. Overactivity also affects our liver. Overthinking also affects our liver, with our liver manifesting the fat cells for our brain. So when we think too much, then our liver is being overworked. And then all of the other organs surrounding the liver, the pancreas, the spleen, that's run by the Swadhisthana chakra, get affected, and we become agitated. So the water element is very effective to clearing our liver and our right side and bringing all of our digestive organs into balance so they can work properly. So we can just take some nose breaths, just nicely in and out, without force. And we'll just do that a couple of times, breathing in and breathing out. And now we'll just hold our breath for a few seconds on our in-breath and then hold our out-breath for a few seconds. So let's do that together. Breathing in and just holding our breath for a few seconds without too much effort. And then releasing our breath fully and holding the out-breath for a few seconds. And breathing in, hold the out-breath, and breathing out. And the breathing technique is very helpful to create a pause between the breaths, which helps the thoughtless awareness to establish. So you just have to find your own rhythm, whether it's a couple of seconds, 3 seconds, 4, or 1. And you may feel a little bit cooler on your hand, a little bit thoughtless awareness established, that your thoughts are reducing. You may be feeling a little bit more peaceful inside. So let's bring our left hand down on our lap. And what we can do is we can drop both of our hands towards the Mother Earth. So during the foot soak, we can clear as we feel. Sometimes the right side might be heavy, sometimes the left side might be heavy. And as mentioned before, the water element also clears the lower 3 chakras, the Muladhara, the Swadhisthana, and the Nabi. The void relates to the ocean of illusion. So it's very helpful, the water element, to clear the void area and to help us become our own masters. So here we can humbly ask, Mother Kundalini, please absorb and clear any negativity from our first 3 channels into the water element. And just keep your attention above your head as we do this. Take a couple of deep breaths. And just notice if the thoughts are reducing even further. Your attention has moved inside even further. Foot soak is only for 10 minutes maximum. It's not necessary to go any longer than that. Another helpful thing to clear our foot soak, to clear our channels, is just to take both of our hands and we can just gently tap each side of the Swadhisthana and right down the leg, and then as if we're just putting the negativity into the foot soak. So we're just moving from the Swadhisthana, just gently tapping our legs, our thighs, our calves, and then just sweeping it down. This is very helpful also for lower back pain. Now we can just hold our hands out at the level of our chest and feel what our vibrations are. We're just going to clear the central channel now. And we'll, with the base of our spine, we're going to move the right hand right up the top with our left hand open on our lap, right up to the top. And just placing it on our head. Just raising the Kundalini up. 3 times. And then we're going to stretch our hands right up with our neck back, just towards the ceiling as if we're pushing the ceiling up and just releasing any tension left in the upper part of the body. And we can just take a couple of deep breaths just to release any last remaining excess energy. And then we can rinse our feet and we'll listen to a lovely music as we go into meditation. We'll just gently rinse our feet off and we'll leave the bucket to the side. Let's just enjoy for a minute before we listen to a talk on the subtle elements by Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Shri Mataji's talks were so valuable, and everything that we've ever learned, we learned from her talks. That she did thousands and thousands over the 40 years. So I hope you enjoy this short talk.
As I said, we are made of 5 elements. Alright? So when you get your awakening, when the Kundalini reaches Sahasrara and opens out your fontanelle bone area, you become one with the divine power. Then this divine power itself starts flowing through. A connection is established. Now, when it starts flowing through you, this Shakti, this starts flowing through, then what happens? The subtle part we should understand. The subtle part is like this, that these 5 elements we are made of, these vibrations gradually start breaking into the subtler form of which they are made. The first element that comes out is light, Tej, light. Is the first element that comes out. So the essence of the first element is light. We call it Tej, Tejas. It's written, of course, in Sanskrit, but we should understand that how the light pervades Sahaja Yoga so much, and you see the light all everywhere. So the first element, which is light, and you can say in English, the light's subtle thing is, we can say, enlightenment, you can say. But enlightenment has another meaning. So we can say it's Tej. For example, a person who gets realization has a face which is very radiant. So you can say the radiance. The radiance is the subtlety of the light. So this radiance starts showing on your face. Radiance start expressing itself, and with that radiance, people get uh, impressed, and they start thinking something special about this personality which has radiance. Now you have seen my photographs also, wherever they are. Many a times you find lots of light up. That is nothing but the light in me is giving radiance, because the light becomes subtler. When the light becomes subtler in me, light is one of the elements. When it becomes subtler, then it gives radiance. And so, this is the subtle growth within you that takes place. Your faces also start shining. They too have radiance, and they too have a kind of a different complexion, I would say. This radiance is to be understood is the subtle of the light, of which we are made light in the gross manner. Then after this, from the light comes the second thing, which we call as Vayu in Sanskrit, meaning the air. So the air that we have, which is gross air. What is the subtle of air? It is cool breeze that you get. The cool breeze is the subtle of that air. So the subtle of what you understand as cool breeze is what we call vibrations. The subtle of that is air, which is a part and parcel of our making. So, this cool breeze is the second thing that you start getting subtler and subtler. When your growth takes place, all these subtle things start expressing themselves. It's not only that you get vibrations, but you get the cool breeze, and that is the subtle of air that has built you. Then comes the water. We are also made of water. What is the subtle of water? Is uh, sometimes English language, becomes little short of expression, but they call it. I mean, which makes the skin, uh, hard skin, soft. The skin becomes soft. This is another sign of a realized soul that his uh, there's some cream they use, isn't it, to soften the face. But is the water in us gives us it's the minimum of minimum, I would say. But then a person who is a realized soul becomes a very soft person, very delicate. When he talks to somebody, in his voice there is warmth, or I should say there is जिस कहते हैं ना अपने आप पानी, हिंदी में कहते हैं पानी होना. They to have that flow, watery flow and coolness of the water. So that is the another subtle thing that should be expressed in your behavior, on your skin, on your dealings with others, that you should be like the water which is mobile, which is cooling, which is soothing, which is cleansing. So, this also becomes a part and parcel of your being once you become a realized soul. With this water, you have also another thing, we call it as Agni, means the fire. So, you also have fire, but it's a very silent fire. It doesn't burn anybody, but it burns all the wrong things within. Whatever wrong things you have, it burns, and it burns the wrong things in other people. For example, a person comes with a great anger towards you. What happens that this anger becomes cooled down with the fire that is there. Moreover, a realized soul cannot get burnt. Fire cannot burn. The burning cannot come to him. It's very important to understand. Also, if you are doing something wrong, it may burn you. But if you are a good Sahaja and I should say a perfect Sahaja, fire will never burn. We have an example of Sita ji that she went into the fire pit, nothing burnt. So this is what one has to understand, that once you get to the subtleties of the fire, so the fire and the water, both of them become sort of divine. For example, the water which you touch, water you drink, whatever you put your hand in the water becomes vibrated. Means what? The subtlety of the water comes in it. the coolness, curing power also comes in that water. So when it becomes subtler, all these powers start showing, which you can see for yourself. You don't have to experiment. Then the lastly is the Mother Earth. It's most important, is Mother Earth. There's a photograph you might see which was taken in Russia in my dacha, where the Kundalini is in the Mother Earth. They've clearly it's there. And it is the Mother Earth which shows. For example, I've seen flowers. If you keep them in my room, they blossom. They can become very big like that. Never people have seen such big flowers. Sometimes they see. I'm doing nothing, I'm just sitting down, and what happens to the flowers? You see, now there, this principle of the Mother Earth works. The subtle Mother Earth, his works, it's a mother. And that gives you all the nourishment and makes you grow healthy. And this is how this subtlety works of the Mother Earth. Mother Earth is the one who is a giver of birth to all these flowers and all these trees and all that. But it also plays a big part in us. It's not only the Mother Earth that exists without our connection. And we do not respect the Mother Earth. We have polluted it, we have done all kinds of things, we have removed the trees and we have made a mess out of her, but she's our mother. And so many subtle things of this Mother Earth come into us. One of them is gravity. A person becomes very attractive, not in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. Such a person attracts others. They feel attracted and they feel that something special is about this person. This is one of the quality of the Mother Earth. If she had not kept us attracted, we would have fallen off with her movement. And also other qualities of the Mother Earth also start manifesting within us, and we become very, I should say, extremely uh, tolerant, patient person. Tolerant and patient. Extremely tolerant and patient. But if you are not tolerant, if you are hot tempered and all that, that Mother Earth principle has not expressed itself. Look at the Mother Earth, how much she tolerates our nonsense, how many wrong things we do against her, but still she tolerates. Sri Ganesha's quality is to tolerate, to begin with. Up to a point, he tolerates. In the same way, we too become extremely tolerant, patient, and forgiving. This is the minimum of minimum that should happen to all the Saj Yogis who have vibrations. Because now I've told you all the
We can just sit for a minute and just absorb Shri Mataji's words. And just notice if your vibrations have changed since the talk. Shri Mataji had the elements within her manifested so strongly. And now we can just listen to a short talk, a short song about the ocean. And the ocean is the water element. It has the salt and the water. And Nikki Wells is a practitioner of Sahaja Yoga since birth. I hope you enjoy and stay in meditation.
Ocean, take me in your arms.
I hope you enjoyed that beautiful piece of music. When someone with their Kundalini awakened plays music or sings or paints, then the vibrations comes through their work. So as we come to the end of our program now, we can raise our Kundalini and put our bandhan on. Having one knot for the first channel. Second channel, 2 knots. And third channel, 3 knots. And then we put our bandhan on. So from the left hip, we bring our right hand right over the top to our right hip and back. Another protect our Muladhara chakra. And again, over the top and back, protect our Swadhisthana chakra. And again, protect our Nabhi chakra. And again, our heart chakra. Our Vishuddhi, the 5th chakra. Our Agnya, the 6th chakra. And the Sahasrara, the 7th chakra. And let's just check our vibrations and see how we're feeling compared to the start of the program. Hopefully you've felt the cool breeze coming from the top of your head. With your right hand. And then checking with the left hand. And then your hands being cool. Not to worry if you're not feeling the vibrations yet. Took me quite some time before I felt the vibrations. But this will be tomorrow's program. What do you feel on your hands? And this is an amazing part of Sahaja Yoga, that you become your own master by being able to decode what's your imbalances on your fingertips. And then to be able to direct the Kundalini energy to correct them. So it's an amazing thing to have that knowledge and to have those powers within you to become your own master. So I hope you enjoy tomorrow night's program. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to stay on. We have all of our resources from today's program on our website, where you can join the WhatsApp group and have the daily messages and course reminders. And the 21-day series you can scan. Definitely not. Definitely don't be sharing the bucket when it's full, but you can certainly share it when it's empty. So we definitely want to make sure that the bucket is rinsed out after we use it, and then we can stash it away for the next time, for the next day. And probably once every few weeks, I just give my buckets a bit of a clean out with some disinfectant or a spray, something natural, just to get the grime off the edges. How is everybody feeling tonight? Would anybody like to unmute and ask some questions?
Hey Angela, I just thought to let you know that there were some questions that were being asked earlier, and
Mhm.
I'll probably just maybe I'll read it out to you, then you can answer some of these questions. So one of the things I think I'm sorry if I got the pronunciation of the name wrong. Kani asked with the elements, the demonstration that you showed us before, do we have to do this while doing the foot soaking?
No. So I'm not sure.
I think there was something that was being demonstrated. I think it was about the different movements that was on the slides.
Oh no, that's, you'll learn that through the next the days. So on day 9 we'll do the candle treatment, and there's ice also coming, I think, in one of that's another treatment. So you'll learn more as the series goes on. Um, so yeah, you'll have all of those tools available to you by the end of the series. But tonight, just for the foot soak, this is a super important tool. And if you're feeling, I think someone mentioned they were feeling very hot.
Yes, I saw someone said
Yeah.
that I got it said the name's iPhone, but it said feeling quite hot on the body.
Yes. Yeah. So that's not uncommon, depending on whether you're a very active person, or you're very busy physically. Your temperament might be a little bit more active like that. So we can, if you've been out in the sun, there's many reasons why we're feeling hot, but it's just showing that there's a bit of an imbalance in your right channel. You can also feel heat in your left channel as well. But the foot soak is so it's such a great tool for clearing the heat. Myself, I was quite what we call right-sided when I started Sahaja Yoga. I was very overactive, and I used to have to use ice in my foot soak to cool me down. Other people are a bit more in the left and feeling a little bit cool. You know, they like to wear jumpers a lot. Then, you know, you can have your water a bit warm. But for me, I had to have it very, very cold in the beginning. But now I'm a bit more in the balance. So,
Cool. Another question. Something about the salt. Does it matter whether you put the salt before you put it in or after you put your feet in?
no, it doesn't matter. I usually, when I fill up my tub, I have my salt next to the under the sink in the bathroom. That's where I have mine. And so I just, as I fill up the bucket, I put my tablespoon of salt in there, or a teaspoon. Uh, just a handful, a small handful is enough.
Awesome. A question from Lisa. Can we use the bathtub and flush the water later or use a deserted cooking pot?
So a old pot would be fine. Um, I actually, if I've had a really, really super busy day, I fill up my bathtub to the level of my stomach, and I sit in that until I feel cool. So yes, you can, but just clean your bathtub afterwards. Just give it a rinse out afterwards.
Perfect.
Another note, if you put the salt, if you have like a lam enamel bath, the salt will deteriorate your bath. So probably don't do that regularly.
Sure. I think you answered the question about a bucket being shared, so that should be good. Yes.
Yes, we just have a half a dozen buckets, and we don't have our names on them. No.
Sure. No, that's fine. A question from Badri. Can you explain a bit more about 1, 2, 3 knots?
Oh, sure. If uh, so raising the Kundalini is about when we get our self-realization, the Kundalini is in 3.5 coils of tightly packed spiritual energy, and billions of strands are there. Some people have a very strong experience, and lots of strands come up, and they experience thoughtless awareness. However, others, 1 or 2 strands may come up, and you may have got a glimpse or you felt peaceful. So, what we're trying to do with the raising of the Kundalini is to keep the Kundalini that is up there up. So, it's actually tying up the Kundalini, we call it. And so each channel has their own strands. So there's 3.5 coils, so one for each channel. So when we go up to the top, we tie an etherical knot, tying up the first channel. And then as we do the second one, we put 2 knots for the second one, and then 3 knots for the third one. This is a really beautiful thing to do, raising your Kundalini and putting your bandhan on. And Shri Mataji recommended to do this before you go out of the house, before you go to sleep. And I guess, you know, maybe if you're going on a long trip in the car, you can raise your Kundalini and put your bandhan on any time if you're feeling out of balance. And it's really an amazing tool. And the more that you raise your Kundalini up, the more that you're encouraging this Kundalini to come up. It's like your attention training. So when we raise our hand above our head, if we do it in thoughtless awareness, if we do it with our attention above here, it's bringing our attention constantly back beyond our thoughts. And so this is the object of Sahaja Yoga, is to be beyond our mind, above our head, where that connection exists. So the more that you raise the Kundalini and put your bandhan on, the more the strands will come up, and the more you'll be able to access thoughtless awareness and have better attention.
Perfect. Thank you. One more comment by Sindhu saying, very relaxed, feeling a bit drowsy.
Yes, that can definitely happen. So if you feel a bit sleepy, that just means that your subtle system is a bit exhausted. Maybe you've had a really busy day. and then you'll want to go to sleep. Before I had children, I did remedial massage, and if people were really, really super active and I would give them a massage, some would want to go to sleep, and others who are a little bit lethargic, they would want to go out and do something. So if you're a little bit overactive, then the treatments will show you where you're at. So sleep is good. If you want to sleep and you need to sleep, then sleep.
Perfect. Thank you. Still waiting for some questions. If anyone wants to unmute and ask Angela some question right now, that would be really cool as well. You have the ability to do that.
Looks like that's it for tonight.
I think so.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the session. I'm feeling so much better now. So thank you all for attending, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. And I will see you again on Tuesday. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
too. Maybe we can put some music on to finish.
Yep.
And have a lovely evening, everyone.
Sahaja